All right, Edge of Eternities is finally here. Let's get into a little sealed action to get things started on the channel. We'll channel some pre-release vibes here and see what we can get. Whoa, we got the big boy to get things started. Old Tezzeret here. This card is pretty dang sick, I'm not gonna lie. We'll talk about him. I have a good feeling we're gonna play him. We have a Power Depot. Enters tap, add 1 mana of color, spend this mana only, cast artifact spells, or activate abilities of artifacts. This enters the battlefield with a 1/1 counter on it when it dies. Put a 1/1 counter somewhere else. It's kind of interesting. Artifact spells or activate abilities of artifacts. This is actually a pretty good land, honestly, for this, because there's plenty of artifacts. A possibility technician, when it enters or another Kavu enters, exile top card. As long as that remains exiled, you may play it if you control Kavu. That's pretty cool. And it warps in, so this is kind of like warp in early, maybe get a card, pull a land, do something like that. We have the Nova Hellkite we're warping in. We have the Diadrine. It enters with a number of 1/1 counters equal to the mana spent to cast it. Whenever you attack and remove a 1/1 counter, you may remove a 1/1 counter from each of 2 creatures you control. If you do, draw a card and create a 2/2. It's kind of cool. So it's splitting itself to then let you make more things. We have the Guideline Station here. We have a Godless Shrine, and we have a Requiem Monolith. Till end of turn, target creature gains. Whenever this creature is dealt damage, you draw that many cards and lose that much life. That creature's controller may activate this artifact and have it deal 1 damage to it. Activate only as a sorcery. So that's actually pretty good. You can ping your own thing, lose a life, draw a card, put that on it, attack with it, potentially draw lots more cards. This usually can help to push in some damage and is a decent little draw engine. So some decent rares. We have the Tezzeret. We got to be looking or thinking about mana value 1 or less artifacts, or just getting extra artifacts onto the battlefield, of course. So let's see how we can do from that standpoint. In white here, double security. We have the Captain. Create a 1/1 white human soldier, which is pretty good. 2 mana for that. And then you can sack it and search the library for an equipment card. Pretty cool. Pulsar Squadron Ace, looks top 5. Double Starfighter Pilot, whenever it becomes tapped, you're surveilling. Dual Sun Adepts. Double Strike in 2/2 with an Anthem effect is quite good. Flight Deck Coordinator, beginning of your end step 2 or more, you gain 2 life. We can Scout to bring something back. Zealous Display is +2/+0. I like the Breacher actually quite a bit. If you can go wide, this thing can come in and be pretty big, and it is each other creature or artifact you control. So pretty easy to make that pretty big. Weft Blade, good if you're trying to put 1/1 counters on things. White, no removal. Yeah, no removal there. Decent creatures, nothing crazy. Take a look at blue. Got the flash in flying 1/1. We can sack and draw a card. We have Cryogen Relic. Very, very good. Very good. The Jammer. This flashes in, gives hexproof. We have the Operative. When you cast your second spell, put a 1/1. Navigator. Comes tap, draw a card, discard a card. This is not a May, by the way, so do keep that in mind. Shield Mate, which is the 3/2 that can lose Defender. Tap target artifact creature, draw a card. Lost in space, target artifact or creature's owner puts in a choice at the top or bottom, and you surveil 1. Instant speed, put things back. I like this Selfcraft Mechan, because if you can sack an artifact, make something else bigger, that's pretty good. And then we have the Gigastorm Titan. Costs 3 less to cast if you've cast another spell this turn. These things are really interesting, and are especially interesting if you could queue them up with this. Right? Play 1, and then you're playing this for 2. So for 3 mana, you're playing a 1/1 and a 4/4. I almost just want to play that just to do that, right? That's pretty sick. Or you could play a 2 mana spell, and this is still coming in. For 4 mana, you're getting whatever 6 power worth of stuff on the battlefield. Whenever another artifact you control enters, create a 2/2. Triggers only once. This is very good with Urza. Or Tezzeret, I want to say Urza, but Tezzeret. Mouth of the Storm, Flying Ward. When this creature enters, creatures your opponent's control get -3, -0 until end of turn. Good way to push in some damage with this. And it's a big body. Flying Ward too is pretty cool. All right, the only thing in blue here that I didn't particularly love I mean, we have the Cryogen Relic that can lock things down. Good creatures, though, and some good synergies with the creatures, right? Some double spell, kind of wanting you to double spell, sacrifice some artifacts, so that could be all right. Blue might be an option. In black, we have the Sentry, which is great for stationing things. We have the Prospector, which makes a lander token. Crawler, whenever it attacks, sacrifice another creature or artifact. If you do, this thing becomes a 4/3 with lifelink, which is pretty cool. Decode, draw 2, lose 2. Instead, you draw 2, and each opponent loses 2 if you have Void. The Graph Ship is quite good. Mill 3, and then return something back. I do like this. Flying Lifelink is pretty neat as well. Monoist is great. I really like this creature. When it dies, make it 2/2. Skittermaw, we have the Monolith as well. We do have a Grav Kill here, which is nice. Double Pedigree, Peregree Beckoner. Yeah, that's cool. And Swarm Color can help us to sack artifacts. So black is certainly an option. Take a look at red here. Plasma Bolt, 2 or 3 damage. Drill too deep, great for artifact removal. We have the Pangolin, which is another artifact. Enters, we pay 1 and put a 1/1 counter. I really like this guy. Intimidator can make some fast lander tokens. Bombard. Target creature control gets +1/+1, gains haste. If it only is a sorcery. Possibility Technician, but good. We have a Weft Stalker Ardent. Excuse me. Whenever our artifact or creature enters this pings, you warp. We have the Land Seeker. Make a lander, and then on your next end step or next turn, you have to sack it. Plunge is good. Hellkite. Ooh, and the Dragon, which also lets you bring in. Oops. Also lets you bring in and ping something for 3 for 7. Not a great rate, but still good for flyer. Red seems pretty good. How many Kavus do we have? We have this guy, 2 of these guys. Okay. This could actually be pretty decent, technically. Potentially could draw some cards, which is cool. In green, we have the Pollinator, Double Curiosity. Fantastic card, by the way. Gain 2 life and make a lander token for a single green mana. The burst here, Reach, Trample, and Indestructible, and Untap. I talked about this in my pre-release primer. This card is insane in terms of combat trick ability. Landfall, you gain a life. Put some counters by spending some mana. Make a lander. Sacrifice lands. Get some lands. Surveil. 1/1 counters. Good 1/1 counter synergy here. And this guy can come in pretty quick as well. You have the Godless Shrine. All right. Let's take a look. What do we have here? Because I'm honestly considering like potentially red black maybe. Blue black, black red, somewhere in that. So we have this, which lets us draw a discard, which is pretty nice. This, whenever this creature enters, return target artifact or creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Beginning of your end step, if non-land permanent left the battlefield this turn, or a spell was warped, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. This is pretty good. This can help to pull something back. That's nice. This guy, whenever land control enters, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. This is the second time this ability is resolved. Draw a card. That's pretty gross. He's really good. We have the Diadrine. We have the Infinite Guideline Station. Depot. We have Chrome Companion. Scrapbot here. When it enters, exile each opponent's graveyard and make a lander token. Not bad. Tezzy here. Probably really not helping us to search for much. But we can untap target artifact or creature, and if it's a creature, we put a 1/1 counter on it. So we really should be playing a lot of artifacts, potentially. Silencer, whenever a non-token artifact creature you control deals combat damage to a player, that player gets 2 points count. We could honestly play this. And the Survey Mechan. Sacrifice this, it deals 3 damage to any target. Target player draws 3 cards and gains 3 life. This ability costs S less to activate, where X is the number of differently named lands you control. So if you can play 3 or 4 different lands, hypothetically, this can cost 6. It's flying hexproof, 1/3 robot. Honestly, I'm gonna go this route. We're gonna just play a bunch of artifacts, I think. Do I play the Godless Shrine? If I'm gonna play black, This gives me another thing for this. That's maybe I'm being too greedy there. Is there any good artifacts in white here for me? Starports are it. Okay. Genuinely considering playing 3 colors because we have a decent capability of getting some lander tokens. And I like most of what I'm looking at here in lots of these colors. This is where I'm thinking. Think Assembler. I like these guys. Lost in Space. This dude, Operative, Relic, and the Gale. We got some cuts to make here, but this is kind of what I'm thinking. Something in this boat here could be pretty fun. All right, let's make some cuts. Let's figure out where we get to. Okay, this I think is where I'm gonna land. We have a decent little curve here, sitting at exactly 3. Not too bad. Top end is maybe a little bit to be concerned with, but we have some really cool artifact synergies. We have a nice suite of removal. Plasma Bolt, I'm counting the Relic just because it can stun. We have Drill Too Deep, Bombard, Grav Kill, and Orbital Plunge, all good things. Also a handful of things that either are artifacts themselves or will make artifacts as well, which is pretty nice. So goal here is get a little bit of a board, get Tezzeret down, cascade into some artifacts if possible, things like Scrapbot that are making an artifact, then making a lander token, you know, playing Tezzeret, then playing this as a follow-up, puts 2 loyalty on this guy. The goal here is obviously just to be able to get the opportunity to ult and then hopefully keep him around. And that makes something, you know, even like Shield Mate go from being a 3/2 up to a 6/5, which is pretty sweet. Our Pangolin friend here can get pretty big as well. Everything else I think supports that, with the exception of the Operative, but I like double spell opportunities here, so this card can kind of grow unchecked on turn 2 into turn 4 can be pretty good. So we'll give that a go. We have the Terrapact Intimidator. Imagine playing this after playing a Tezzeret and giving it 2 loyalty if they don't want to make this a 4/3, which is also not bad. Monoist, when it dies, makes it 2/2. We have the Technician that's helping us to essentially kind of draw some cards. Weft Stalker Ardent, going to help to ping some damage. So we got some pretty cool synergies here. Even the Assembler helping us to make additional 2/2. So like even late, if we see Tezzeret, we have this out and we're able to play a few artifacts. We can then kind of snowball Tezzeret up. We have the Monolith to draw some cards here, as well as the Relic. So all of that seems pretty good. I am going to run these lands. I'm going to give the Power Depot a go. Honestly, just because it does have modular, that's going to not probably be too impactful. But we can cast artifact spells or activate abilities of artifacts. We have quite a few, right? So Shield Mate, Pangolin, this on turn 1 actually opens up quite a bit of opportunity for some fixing, just because we have so many artifacts that we can play. So we'll give this pile of cards a go, see if we can win any games. Let's get to it. Okay, let's get started here. Not bad. Not bad. We can get the Monolith online, do a few things. We got some removal, so give this a little try-see here. It's whenever another creature or artifact. Yeah. Okay. Engineer. Nice. Hit, probably ramping. Just play this straight up. The Ravine, which is cool. Sure. Left Stalker, pretty good. 2/3 body. I think we're gonna see some interesting multicolor builds here. Could have activated Ravine. They chose to not. Honestly, I think we're just doing this. Ping. got a Menacer, we got a Lander. Thing again. No attacks. Okay. So we can sack that and still play like Monoist or Bombard or a few other things. I want to get the Assembler online, so probably want to wait. Likely looking to wait. What does this do? Sure. All right, so go like land here. I'm just gonna play this again. I'm gonna crack this. Probably. We're up to 6. Wow. Okay, well, that sucks. I mean, man. I just don't have a choice, right? Like, I have to get rid of that. Thank goodness for this 4/4. Holy moly. Might as well start attacking here. Dude, they drew so many cards. It's wild. Whenever an opponent plays land, you may put a land card from your hand on the battle. Okay, yeah. Well, and yeah. Yeah. I'm not winning this game. Not in the slightest after that. Dude, this thing is annoying as heck, too. And there goes my drill too deep, which would have been the perfect opportunity to get rid of this thing. I mean, I'm just dead. Basically. Dang. Yep. Yeah, this deals 2 damage to each opponent. So gross, dude. Okay, well. I had ways. I got rid of the 7/7, I guess. Cool. Oh, I'm dead. Game. Okay. Sweet. You know what? I'll keep. Draw a land. Particularly not that one, but we get Scrapbot out, make a lander token. We're like, okay. All right, this got immensely better. Excuse me. Give me the landers, baby. Oh, they didn't. Interesting. Ah, that would be why. Yep. Maybe greedy, but I'm going greedy. Maybe I should have played the scrap bot. I don't know. It depends what they do here. They don't have a good creature to respond to the Intimidator. We could be... Yeah, this is pretty brutal right here. You want me to draw 4 cards? Like that feels very difficult. Oh, that feels very difficult to deal with. All right, I'm gonna get rid of this, and I will get rid of a mountain. Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, we need an island here. What can we do here? I think it's get the assembler online. Sure. What does this do? Yeah. Then we can start making some 2/2s here. And we can have a pretty fun turn. Draw a card. This monolith is really good. Yep, grab land, makes sense. Now it's a 5/4, but I have to be mindful of that. Genuinely, I do need. So here's what's cool. We could play the Pangolin, the Relic, and pay 1 twice with the lands that we have, making Pangolin really big. Like, we're gonna take some damage from this. Scrapbot's also not a bad play. +1/+1 haste and vigilance. Oh, and they didn't attack. So no, I want to. I think we... It's interesting because I can make the Pangolin bigger by playing the Relic and drawing another card, or we just get this online as a good blocker. Now, the problem is these things both have trample, and they could technically double landfall, making that an 8/8 and a 6/6. That feels a little tough. But then Relic will tap it down at their own Relic. Okay. And if they crack the lander token and play a land, gosh, that's this. Their big green creatures here are pretty good. This is interesting. They could get in a huge chunk of damage with these guys. Oh, and they get double landfall. Wow. Because that thing gets +1/+0 too. They had the land. I figure they're jamming it here. So maybe this isn't the turn to attack. Maybe it's widen the board. No, they're going for it. Yeah, +1/+0, 6/5. What did that do? Oh, I'm just dead. Good game? Wow. Like, I mean, what am I... Okay, man. Like, oh, man. That's magic, baby, I guess. I don't know. Dude, that's... 4 mana, kill everything, make everything big enough. They didn't even have to sack. What's gross about that is they didn't even have to sack their lander token. Brutal, dude. Monoist here? What are we doing? Sure. What does this play for? 2? Oh, I'm just gonna get tempoed out here, watch. Black. Oh, alright. That's good at least. Boom, so. Just can't do anything. At least they're not playing that. Sure. This just blocks everything, right? And then lets me exile. It's fine. Drill too deep. We could drill too deep on the Zookeeper here. Might entice them to kill this thing. Which I'm not too scared about. Galander, sure. I'm thinking I bombard. Like, I really want to make some 2/2s off of this, right? Or maybe it's Relic. This might seem a little weird, but maybe I drill too deep on the lander token and then play the Relic. Because then I can sack the Relic to this. Or do I just play Scrapbot? Nah. I'm gonna wait. I'll just keep up Bombard here, I think. I can haste this guy in. Blow this up. Correct the lander in response, fine. It's good. Monoist. Okay. I think this is just assembler territory. I'll hold here. We can start attacking with the Technician this next turn. And honestly, we can like Scrapbot. into Titan. Ah, that's brutal. That's brutal. That thing being online would have been very good for us. Let's draw a card here first. See what we get. Wondering if I attack. What does that force? They can do this next turn. Wondering if they're gonna do, yeah, they just let this go. My thought is let them take one turn to do the Zookeeper thing. And then I can plunge it. Oh, you're kidding me. Well, that's just dumb. Oh, they... Yeah. Well. Okay. I have to orbital plunge this. Then I play this. Don't attack. Then I can lock down the Monoist. That's my best plays. I don't know. I gotta try to start pressuring some stuff here, I think. And a removal spell for the Monoist. And if they like double block with the beam saws. Yep. Sure. It's fine with me. Some landers. Oh, the scrap bot coming in. I'm thinking I ping here. I need to be careful with this, but I think I draw a card. I think I have to try that, right? This is an artifact land, so it'll trigger the Mechan. Pretty good. I have a lot of land. Down to 3. And the turn. Sure. Jeez. What can I do, man? What can I do? You know, this felt like a pretty good deck. I mean, we never saw Tezzeret, which was pretty unfortunate. The handful of times that we were able to get the Assembler online, I couldn't get a ton of value out of that. I thought we had decent removal. Never got a chance to really make use of Drill Too Deep. Getting milled in that, what was that? The first game was pretty tough because that certainly took some options away from us. But I felt like the deck had some good synergy. Definitely didn't feel like an 0-3 deck, that's for sure. Now, granted, that second game where they played a bunch of their big green landfall creatures and landfalled us out, it was pretty good. That's pretty good. They certainly did the thing. And yeah, that was interesting. That last game, you know, I don't know. I maybe not pinging myself the monolith, but I just feel like I had to draw the extra cards to try to get some of that advantage. And obviously, we had taken some damage up to that point. It's one of those things where, like, if we monolith into the Tezzeret and then are able to start accruing some value with Tezzeret, that could have been pretty good, right? But fortunately, we didn't see that, and then just got burned out with a Plasma Bolt to finish off for 3, which was certainly something that was a possibility, and that's just how it shakes out. So, yeah, this is tough. That's tough. Not a great first sealed adventure. I played one draft yesterday and had a somewhat similar experience, so maybe I need to look at how we're putting things together. But I thought this was pretty good, pretty decent sealed pool. Like I said, some good removal, decent curve. We didn't do a whole lot. Maybe I'm not getting on the board quick enough with our 2-drops potentially, but we got 6 of them, so that feels fine. Right now, granted, Drill Too Deep and the really just Drill Too Deep isn't playable on turn 2 without a good target, of course. And maybe that's a cut because we don't have any spacecraft or planets. So maybe we should have looked at something else that would have been a little bit more impactful potentially. Maybe like a Felgrav ship actually, or the turbo drone, or maybe this other land seeker. I think there's probably a few options to take a look at there. Yeah, well, that's Magic, baby. That happens, and we lost the games. Thought we played okay. Maybe probably some poor decision making and some things to figure out as we get going here. But I'm tempered a little bit just because there's a little bit of salt in going 0-3, but got some things to figure out. We'll be back with more for sure. Hopefully you're having some success with Edge of Eternities, Draft and Sealed. We'll be jumping into a whole lot more limited action as we go here. So thanks for watching. Consider subscribing. Lots more fun stuff on the channel. We do pack openings every Wednesday as well, and I think you're going to enjoy some of the ones that we got coming up. We opened a bunch of Edge of Eternities, got some collector boosters on their way. Should be doing a bundle tomorrow if you're watching this the day that it goes up, as well as a little extra Friday opening. So excited for that, and really enjoying the set. But we'll close it out here. Thanks for watching, and catch you next one.